Dana Cupp. Woo, what a pleasure.
They are here to talk about a big festival that's happening September 8th through the 10th, Dana, right?
8th, 9th, and 10th.
And it's called, it's 21st Annual Hall of Fame and Uncle Pen Day. Now, did you start this 21 years ago, Bill, yourself?
It's close to 30 years ago.
Has it been that long?
Maybe the one that we have in September might be around 27.
About 21.
But the one that's in June is right up close to 30 years.
Now, what all happens at this festival? By the way, it does take place in Bean Blossom, Indiana. And what all goes on during this three-day festival, Bill?
Well, we have some wonderful bluegrass groups to come in and play for the people. Some good, decent people. So it's just something that I'm really proud of. And I'm glad it's there at Bean Blossom, Indiana. I've owned that park a long time. And it's 40 miles, I believe, south of Indianapolis.
I was going to say now that this is the park that you and James, it's named after you and James.
Yeah, that's right.
And we have a shot here of a big amphitheater. And if I'm not mistaken, Dana, there are about 5,000 people that can fit into that area, correct?
Right.
To listen to all that goes on?
Right, they have a stage that's just about 3 years old now. It's a really nice stage. And as Bill said, the 30th annual next June, but this is the 21st annual for the September festival.
Now, there are all kinds of things that people can do in this campground area. That's the shot of the amphitheater that we were telling you about. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. But there's also a museum that Bill has there. I know there are a lot of artifacts, things from when you were growing up in the early part of your career. What are some of the important things that people can see inside your museum, Bill?
Well, there's so many things there I just couldn't tell you what they're there.
Some of your old mandolins?
Yeah, there's different things there, like mandolins and different instruments, you know.
Did you put clothing in there? Stage clothes?
Yep, has suits, a lot of the old, a lot of photographs from back many, many years ago, back when he started back in the 30s.
And the banjo player, we don't have a lot of clothes. We've got to keep our clothes with us.
Oh, I see. Well, now, Bill, why don't you just buy some more clothes?
Well, I've got people out in Texas buying me some.
What do you mean?
This gentleman out in Texas, he buys a suit every year.
Just one?
His name is Tootie Williams.
Yeah.
And he's buying one now, and he's going to bring it up here to me.
Hey, Tootie, the Bluegrass Boys, we could use some suits, too.
Well, I was about to say, Bill, tell him about me, too. Now, I'm in need of a new suit myself.
What size?
Well, I'll get with you at the end of the show.
Also, they've reconstructed Uncle Pen's cabin.
Yeah.
That was up in Kentucky. Took it up to Bean Blossom and reconstructed that, and it's
That's
up
Uncle
there,
Bill's,
too.
Uncle Pen's real camp. That's it. That's
Sure
great.
is.
Well, now, Bill, did you live in Uncle Pen's cabin for a little while during your teenage years?
Yes, I did.
And why did you live there with him?
Well, my father and mother, they'd passed away.
I see.
And my brothers, they was busy working all over the country. And my sisters, they was busy, too. I had two sisters, and so Uncle Pen, he let me come and live with him there. And he was a good cook. He'd cook breakfast and dinner and supper for me.
No kidding.
And he treated me awful good.
And he taught you how to play music, too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, did you learn how to cook from him? Are you a pretty good cook, Bill?
I can cook a few things.
Like what? Now, let's say you were going to invite me and Aaron over for dinner. What would you cook us for dinner?
Well, let's see. I'd fry some potatoes for you.
Yeah.
And some bacon or ham or whatever. And
Can we cut this show short?
We're going over to Bill's house. Sorry. Let me tell you some of the people that are going to be on this big festival coming up September 8th through the 10th. Of course, Bill Monroe, the Lewis family, the Country Gentlemen, Larry Sparks, Sullivan family, Kenny Baker, Josh Graves, Eddie Adcock, Wendy Smith, Petticoat Junction, Dallas Smith, Harold Austin. Now, the only thing I notice about this list, Bill, is that most of these people work 1 or 2 days. You're the only act working 3 days. Why do you work the hardest?
well, they let me work 3 days because, you know, I'm owner of the festival and everything.
But do you like...
He's the boss?
He's the boss. Do you like working that hard, Bill?
Oh, yeah, I like to work hard. Yeah.
Well, now, Dana, we've talked with you and the band about this before. Bill just doesn't like to slow down, does he? Does he like to work pretty hard?
No, he's worked really, really hard this summer. In fact, you might recall he had a pretty bad bout of pneumonia the 1st of July.
I remember.
And I think he only missed 3 weeks. And he was right back on the road. We'll be in Bristol tomorrow. And Bean Blossom the next 3 days, somewhere next week.
Well, how are you feeling now after that bout with pneumonia, Bill?
I feel fine. You know, I've been on the Grand Ole Opry, how many?
Almost 56.
56 years. The last of October will be 56 years. And out of the 56 years, I was late 4 times.
That's all?
That's all.
And you had a good reason for it, too, didn't you?
Well, yeah, that's right.
I've already missed more airplanes than that.
I know, I have too. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. As we go to break, would you do us the honor of playing a little Bill Monroe bluegrass music for us?
Okay.
All righty, here's Bill Monroe, everybody. We'll be back.
The first number I ever wrote was a mandolin number. It's entitled The Tennessee Blues.
Here are some of the many festival dates for Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass.